Welcome to the Serenyx League VV3 Meltdown number 4. I'm Sporty FC. Joining alongside me is Alex, and we've got more from the Serenyx League weekly, monthly, whatever you call them. There are tournaments, and we love them very much. It's like our babies. We can't, we love them dearly, but we don't really know what to make of them, and yet whenever anybody else touches them, we get really defensive over it. But welcome in, Alex. It's nice to see you here. I know you're defensive about our own baby as well. I'm gonna stop making that claim. Welcome to the VV3 Meltdown. How are you doing, Alex? We've got more Rocket League action today here. $120 divided among our top competitors tonight.
I am doing mighty fine on this Saturday night. We are going to have a great tournament for us tonight. There's a lot of good players, a lot of good teams. I'm excited to get into it. I hope you are too. And just looking at this teams that we're about to face, it is going to be NXT Esports versus Piqueos. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, first of all, it's NTX. NXT is actually a different work, incompletely. NXT is a Dutch work. NTX is I believe, a Spanish work. But it's NTX, yes. NTX Esports Enero's taking on the Piqueos here. So we want to see NTX, a Spanish-speaking organization, taking on the Piqueos themselves, a South American roster of 2K players. So we were asking about, top-level competition. We're starting that off here in our winner semifinals and our best of 3. As a reminder, tonight is a double elimination tournament, so you lose, your run's not over. You still got the lower bracket, but if you lose again, then you're eliminated from the competition. And tonight, again, we're starting in our winners semifinals. And NTX, not unknown to us here, so Wuffy was in one of our more recent 1v1 gauntlet tournaments, so he himself is a really strong 1v1 player. I expect to see a lot of great stuff from Wuffy because, well, if we knowing what we know about Wuffy, he's going to find ways to tear down that field across the field.
Yeah, and yes, we're talking about Wuffy and how his team consists of him, Sith, and Fuge. But I think one of the biggest question marks coming into this tournament is who is Piqueos? We have Nide, Mixel, and Raggio. What we do know is that they are a 2K team, but we haven't seen anything from them. I don't think we've seen any of them in our previous tournaments. They've just kind of shown up out of nowhere. So they are going to be a wild card for this tournament. They did take down HNL, and now they're facing up against NTX. I mean, this one could go either way, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, me too, as well. I'm loving that we might have some really, really fun matches tonight, but let's get this match underway. Everybody's here, and everybody is ready. So we've got a best of 3 matchup here. Again, it's our winner semifinals that get things kicked off. You talked about it. What do we get to see here from the Piqueos? A full South American roster, and you can tell. I know you guys on stream can't tell. At least this team of the Piqueos, they're all in the blue. They've all got 100 ping. This team is going to have an issue with ping, but yet they get the first goal, and it is from Mixel. So Piqueos with the first strike here against Sif and Wuffy out of NTX. This will be an interesting matchup for the Piqueos. They're heavy underdogs tonight.
Ping doesn't mean much as long as you can shoot and score. I've been on 200 ping and I've been able to see it fine. As long as you can score and score quickly, you will have no problem surviving against this NTX team. But the biggest thing is keeping the momentum. You don't want to grab a goal and then immediately fall off. But Wuffy coming in, he looks like he's about to go off the wall, up to the ceiling, maybe hitting off the backboard. Someone to finish. Sith can't hit it in.
Yeah, and I mentioned already about Wuffy being in our most recent 1v1 gauntlet, probably our most stacked gauntlet to date here with Cam and Shezvi and Nawafi. Wuffy in that event, a bit of an underwhelming performance for himself. Could only made top 4, losing to Shezvi in the lower semifinals. Now he's looking to do a little better, as it will be goal 1 for his roster, coming courtesy of Fuge. And for the Piqueos, this is not unlike South America, are going to overcommit, and that really could be where NTX and Enero finds an opening.
Yeah, well, when we're looking at this, we have a Spanish-speaking team and a South American team. It feels like a good old-fashioned rivalry, some would say at least. And just looking into this, you said Swelly had an underwhelming performance, but if you think about it, that is not very underwhelming when you've got top competition like that in the tournament. Oh, wait a minute, Mixel! Oh, you cannot do that this early on. Especially not against Wuffy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Mixel is putting them in a little bit of a blender there. The Piqueos with a 1-goal lead at this point in our best of 3. Reminder, it is a best of 3 for the Piqueos. They again have had a tough run here through the bracket. Again, just beating HNL in a 3-game series. But again, I think the fun thing about this matchup is that all these players are so similar in rank to each other, as NTX trying to get themselves out of defense right now. What I've really been impressed with the Piqueos so far has been how much offense they've shown. They have not given up on pressure, they have not given up on possession, and they really haven't given up on pushing NTX back as far as they can. NTX facing a lot of offense right now as Raggio will take a 3-1 lead here. The Piqueos really putting NTX in a bind, and NTX cannot seem to escape.
Yeah, and the more pressure that comes in, the harder it's going to be, especially for this NTX team. Again, we had question marks coming in with Piqueos, but it looks like they know what they are doing. 3-1 up on, I guess, a team that we thought were going to go very far. Obviously, this is still the first game of the series, but you only get, it's a best of 3. You don't get, oh, well, we're down 2, we're done, like, we can come back. You get 1 game. You have 1 chance to bring it back if you're losing. And as Suwafi decides to clear it off his own backboard, but Raggio, he's applying the pressure like nobody's business. Beats 1, beats 2. Chaos in the center. Mixel still up, but Suwafi able to 50 low. He tries to get a flip reset, but Raggio says, no siree, you do not get that for free. And Mixel and Nide trying to both kind of do something crazy there, but Sith might finish it. Suwafi, he hits the crossbar and it goes in. It's 3-2.
Yeah, great response there as well from NTX. They're not exactly giving up on the play here, and that's a good sign for NTX as a high-level roster. And if there's any 2 players here that are going to make that difference, it's going to be Suwafi and Sif. I've seen these 2 before. They've been teammates before. This is a roster of players who will definitely know each other, and I'm definitely going to be interested to see how that connection between Suwafi and Sif manifests tonight, because, again, this is not the only tough team in this bracket. There are a couple very good teams in this bracket, a couple newer teams to us as well. I mean, there are so many solid teams right now, and, well, with a 1-goal difference here, NTX looking to turn things around here in game 1, as it will be Suwafi trying to clear this one away. Raggio leaves it to Mixel. This one double commits. Suwafi will be there to clear, and this Piqueos roster will take their time, slow things down, and go right back to offense again. 9 in the midfield. Fuge will clear. And with 2 minutes to go, the underdogs holding a 1-goal lead here against NTX Enero.
Yeah, and they might just find another one here. Raggio shoots and scores. You were talking about goals, and there's another one as Raggio is able to find the back of the net. And we make it 4-2 with under 2 minutes remaining.
What I find so fun about the Piqueos right now is that they just go into offense without any concern for their defensive structure. They just go in expecting to score every single time. It is maybe some of the most confident we've seen any team in any of our 3v3 Meltdown tournaments here for the Serenyx League. And, well, you kind of love to see that sort of confidence because it absolutely is making a difference here. The fact of the matter is they're not scared of putting players upfield. They're not against taking chances. And when they're taking chances, when they're that confident, NTX has to respect that out of them, and it's going to make NTX's plays much more difficult to handle because every time they want to go upfield, they've got to play a team against them that is not taking them seriously.
Are you familiar with the term Jogo Benito, my dear casting friend?
No, but I think you should tell people anyways.
Yes, I will anyways. Jogo Benito is a Brazilian type of soccer. It is very creative, it's very fun, it's very free. It gives the players freedom. And that is what we are seeing from this Piqueos team. They have looked unstoppable as I speak, and there's a goal. Anyways, but it's just looking at this Piqueos team, they don't look worried. They don't look stressed. They look like they know what they're doing. They look like they're having fun while doing it. That is what Jogo Benito is about. You can apply that to Rocket League as we see with all the mechanics, but because we don't want to see this dull, boring, oh, here's a shot, here's a shot. Instead, you want to see the creativeness come out of these players.
You know what? We should just make a new word here. We should have your own dictionary, creativityness. It's going to be a new Serenyx League word. You've heard it here first. You'll hear it. Maybe we'll repeat it a couple times tonight here so far, so that all of you in chat get it seared into your brains. But I'm loving what I'm seeing here from the Piqueos, although NTX only one away from tying this one up, and well, we have lovely creativeness here from Piqueos. They're going to need more, as here goes Raggio, a 2-goal lead, and Piqueos catching NTX. They had to send everyone upfield, but Enero have had so little offense this game, have so little chances to really maintain possession. The Piqueos, once they do recognize NTX going for this aggressive overcommit style play, they know exactly how to counter it.
Okay, you did not need to put me on blast like that at all. But, you know, we're back with 5-3 with under 20 seconds remaining as Swafi decides to take it underneath for a nice little stroll. As Sith taking a shot, Nide is there backing up Mixel, and it is going back off the backboard. We have kind of reached the point of, oh yes, let's go to game number 2. And in the terms of NTX, they have a big asking order. They have a big order that they need to fill. But I don't know, will they be able to do it?
With how the Piqueos played in Game 1, this was a team that was so unbelievably confident. It was 11 shots to 4, I believe, at the end of that game. Simply put, Piqueos are coming in confident. They're coming in well, and, you know, it's a bit of an irony here because Enero means first, and, well, we can tell that they're not the first ones to play here. NTX and Enero are not first to the play, they're not first to the action. It really is the Piqueos who are coming into this one and taking control and really setting the tone, and as long as they can keep this kind of aggressive, confident, happy pace going, it's going to be very tough for a lot of teams to slow them down in any way.
And going into game 2, NTX needs to find the right footing. They need to find their footing and move and go quickly. And if they don't, there's a very good chance that it could all go to ruins. They drop down to lower bracket, which honestly here is quite a surprise, especially seeing Swafi having to drop down to the lower bracket in the semifinals of the upper bracket. That very much surprises me. But we are back underway as Swafi tries to make a capitalize on some mistakes, but Raggio taking it the other way. He's got a flip. He's got 2.
Oh my goodness!
It! Bonito! That is what that is. Play free, play fun, play creative, and he does that right there.
I can't believe he just hit that one. Raggio is going off, and the Piqueos are unstoppable right now. That might as well be on the highlight reel at the end of the night because, simply put, is anybody going to be able to do something nearly as incredible as that?
Wow. That was so beautiful, and it was just so creative to see. I know we see like, oh, 1 flip reset, 2 flip reset. That was across the whole field as Nide may try to do something of his own. But Raggio is back on the attack. You have to be careful with him now. He looks very threatening every time he touches the ball. And now it is time for Sith trying to get it to Feige. But it is denied by Raggio. Just out of nowhere, he has shown up. He has shown out. He is a difference maker so far in this game number 2.
Yeah, and you can tell they're Fuge, the only one back right now, as again the offense continues. 3v1 for a moment as Mixel takes control on the dribble. Pinched with Swafi. Sif clears it away as Raggio waiting back. 2-on-1, but Sif lofts it. Swafi got bumped out of the play by his own teammate. And a huge miscommunication as now NTX almost got beat there, but Raggio gets the control. Nide up in front. Mixel will wait as here goes Fuge. Sif and Swafi up on offense. Sif! Oh, denied! Raggio takes this one away, putting a hand up against them. Can the Piqueos do anything wrong?
We might see one here as 2 of them are low on boost. Nide gets up, but he gets bumped out of the way. Fuge, can he finish Raggio on the backboard? Not letting anything happen there as he's looking to find himself another creative one. But Swafi there to cut him out as Fuge goes up. He gets a touch, he gets a dunk. Sith misses, it's open. Sith credited with a goal. He might have touched it on the way in, but truthfully, that was all Fuge's goal.
Really, a lot of it did come down to Sif because he absolutely faked Mixel and Raggio, both of them running back with no boost. Have to expect that initial shot. They both jumped for it as well, but the shot never came, and that meant that ball was going right behind them without any chance of recovery. So NTX now with a 1-goal return. But the Piqueos keeping the offense going as a dunk. Nide will be waiting. Fuge in the midfield. Raggio, that's a very light touch, but Nide jumps in anyways. Swafi, high point play, but it will be Mixel up in space. Raggio, test touch, stopped by Fuge with a dunk in mid-air. Now time ticking away here as Sif will go for the clear. Nide will keep control as Fuge to the back wall, and Araggio will clear it away. And we haven't even mentioned yet why Sewafi and company are here. This is an NA roster, but they couldn't get through day one of the RLCS qualifiers. Right now, they're playing for us. At this point, what you would consider a consolation prize for not being able to make it far in RLCS. So for this NTX team, maybe thinking they deserve some games here. Well, they're deserving some plays in front. Still, they haven't scored, though, as another huge block by Raggio, this time on the goal line and off his own post.
That was close. That might have been better than Raggio's goal if that had gone in. But looks like Mixel now trying to put some pressure on. Nobody's in the back line. There's Nide coming through, but he looks on. Oh my. Sewafi was on his tail looking for that demo as Raggio able to clear it down to Nide. Nide to Mixel. Nobody's in the background yet again. Sewafi shooting. Raggio saving. Oh my goodness. This is a rally. Who will break first?
Match of epic gameplay, epic offense, but defense that holds on regardless. Something incredible is going to have to end this game here as Fuge, stopped by Nide. Sewafi, near post, that's got in! Sewafi fires it home, and the top left corner is open.
Yeah, well, great shot by Sewafi, just picking the perfect spot where nobody can reach it. But they cannot always rely on that. That was a great shot, great time to get a goal. However, they need to be able to hold on to this lead from this incoming danger as Piqueos' Mixel tries to shoot already, but looks like Mixel is back in the back now, but he gets bumped. It's open. Oh, that's open for Sith as he tells his goals to 2 and makes the goal tally for NTX a whopping 3 goals to 1.
TX doing very well so far. Just keep the offense going as off the sidewall will be left for Mixel here with a minute to go. Piqueos needs something incredible, and they're going to need 2 goals in a very short amount of time here. For a team that had 11 shots last game, now only counting 2 this game. Things have turned for the worse for the Piqueos. The South American roster has not given up hope just yet on offense. Not even when their opponents have 12 shots so far. Just need a couple more to get things going, but it will be an upfield pass. Sewafi to make it 4-1. Nide's whiffed. A follow-up touch will not be strong enough. The Piqueos will recover. Mixel. Flip reset. Will use this one readily. Sets up Nide. Sith. Airborne gets that one and will force out the play for Nide. Mixel. Raggio always faced up a bit too high. Time taken away here. The Piqueos not connecting on chances to score. They've got to attack a little bit more aggressively now. Mixel will do just that. Pickpockets through the midfield, and the Piqueos are 1 goal away from tying this.
That's one way to bring yourself back into this game. 17 seconds left. They need to go quick. They need to go fast. They cannot slow down. They've got a goal now. Get another one. Make yourself known. Bring this game to overtime. Win it in overtime. However, Sith taking out Nide as Mixel is going up on the attack, dropping it down. Nobody's there. It could be open. Nide saving it. Nide with 100 boost. Pinch down to the other lane. Raggio keeping it up, but Nide can't get to it in time. And Piqueos will win game number 2. We are going to go to a game number 3 to decide this one.
Yeah, what a response from NTX there, just able to, even with those double flip reset early on in the game, able to respond, able to show us what we know this team can do. And what I love about them is that they really brought the NTX sort of threatening plays against, the Piqueos threatening plays against the Piqueos here, having a game of 14 shots. Right now, it's been games of really who can get on the right foothold early, who can get the offense early, because once one of these teams get offense, that midfield really does hold on. There are so many shots throughout these games, but it has been relatively one-sided on who's on the shooting averages. Do we see things even out? Do we see things relax a little bit maybe in the future here, Alex?
I hope not.
You want to see another one-sided game?
No, not one-sided. I'm talking about action-packed. 3-2, yeah, I'll take it. I want to see some movement. I want to see some plays. I want to see some absolute beauty of a game. For this game number 3, when you go to winners finals, losers, you go down to losers bracket. Mixel already starting off strong with the beat on kickoff.
And it's an over and early shots! Oh, what a play from Raggio! Fires it in, and the Piqueos 5 seconds in the do or die game 3, and Raggio taking the first point.
That's one way to make a statement, but remember, he also did that in the previous game. So, please, Raggio, keep it going, keep it pushing, get another. Don't be satisfied with that one.
No, I don't think Piqueos is satisfied either. They know. Again, last game, they were able to get that first goal, but couldn't do much after, and things are going to get tougher because in comes Serenyx, setting up Sif and setting up NTX and Enero for an answer almost immediately after.
What I say? what I say? I knew it. You cannot let off the gas even for 1 second. Yes, it was a goal, but it was a lot of miscommunication. But they now have to find something, push it back in their direction. As Raggio trying to shoot, but Serenyx counters it out. Oh, what a touch! Goes to the corner. Fuge now, maybe trying to go low. One got a demo. Mixel applying pressure to Sith. Goes into the middle. Raggio looks for the pass. Mixel shooting all three there. And drops down to Nide. Nide trying to get his to the middle. Serenyx, bit of a chain dash to get back and try and make some movements. Mixel denied by Fuge. And we are deadlocked still.
Yeah, and there's really not been many answers here, but Raggio could be it here for the Piqueos. He has scored first, and I believe every game so far he has been an elite scorer for the Piqueos, but they're going to need to see more as a high point touch. Serenyx will be waiting. Raggio to the back wall, double commit for NTX and Enero as a long touch. Mixel waits on it. Fuge, Nide. First touch gets dunked anyways as Raggio. Oh, he's been bumped out here, but he can still keep going. It's the back wall again. Whiff for Sif. Mixel to shoot. He'll keep things slow, trying to force the players out. But NTX have seen that before. They won't be too concerned, although they are slowly running out of boost, running low on resources, and if time continues with them being stuck on defense, they're going to find it tougher and tougher to keep the Piqueos back.
More and more pressure. It seems like the ball has always been on the side of orange as it now transfers over to the blue side. Raggio is there with low boost, however, as Nide pushing it past one, maybe pushing past a second. He does get it. Chaining all the way downfield. Sith able to counteract what he had all done as he pushes it back to the blue half. It's pinched down to Nide. Nide versus Fuge, 1v1, but Fuge gets the better. Raggio coming in off the backboard. There is Sith. Ooh, excuse me, I need to take a break for a second.
Now, seriously, this game has been very high-paced, that's for sure, but you mentioned it as well. It feels like it's been in the orange half the whole game, and it hasn't been because of ball possession, it's been because of shots. But hey, wait a minute, that net was left wide open, and so Serenyx will take that one easily. Nide and Raggio weren't on the same page, and with that ball resting in front of the goal, Serenyx will gladly take what has been the easiest goal so far tonight.
Yeah, and just beautiful, beautiful shot. But we have reached the halfway point, and there's a lot of Rocket League still to be played in this game number 3. As Serenyx gets a touch down to the middle, Sith trying to shoot. Raggio not letting that happen again. As Serenyx shoots, saved by Nide. Shot, save, save, shot, save. Yes, that is how that goes. Mixel is now popping it up to himself, but Fuge denies any possibility of him getting in the air. But Sith decides, yeah, I'll take it myself. He's got a flip, goes underneath Raggio. He did not want to be outshone as he denies the flip double.
He does. I mean, we've seen what Raggio can do already. This guy's got mechanics, but now it's about putting them to use. They're 1 goal down, and you need an answer if you're the Piqueos. You fought well, but Serenyx, Sif, and Fuge have all been very tough to handle as Serenyx in the midfield does get Raggio out of the way. Nide without any boost will try to force this one away, but that long clear won't be too scary to deal with. Mixel does win the challenge, and Raggio looking for a quick shot. This one up high, Sif will be waiting for it, and a long clear the other way. Serenyx caught him awkward, and he'll score. The Piqueos didn't see him, and by the time they did, it was already too late. Serenyx sneaks in and will take a 2-goal lead for NTX Esports Enero.
Like a ninja cutting through the woods. There we go. I did that one right. I know I did. That was absolutely stunning. He couldn't be more sneaky cutting through the... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry to cut myself off. We might have one going the other way as Suwuffy denies over and over again. Pops it up. Gets a bump on his own teammate. Sith now up. One flip. Maybe trying to cut. Tries to get a demo, but Mixel he could not get a piece of. As Nide is up. Beats one. Suwuffy's up top. Making sure nothing is on that backboard area. He is a no-fly zone as Raggio trying to get a shot. Nide up. Drops down to the middle. Mixel shooting. Suwuffy denying over and over again.
It is denial after denial here. Suwuffy holding his team down. And with time running out, do the Piqueos have any opportunities left in them? This ball just continues to ring around the field. But it will be Suwuffy once again in the middle of things as Nide on a long touch. Off the sidewall too, but it is still NTX possession as the Piqueos trying to force anything through, but they just can't get through the midfield. They've been stuck without any midfield control for the last half of this game, and that may have just been the difference maker. Suwuffy, another crucial win, keeps the ball away. Time will run out. The Piqueos will be sent to the lower bracket, and NTX Esports and Enero, after a Game 1 defeat, have rallied back to win in this 3-game series.
That's one way to do it, and it was a very, very, very good game. I mean, beautiful plays from both sides, but in the end, it was always going to land in the feet of Suwuffy and NTX, as that will be our first series of the night here on the Serenyx League Twitch page.
He said the Serenyx Meltdown starting off with some impressive action so far, and again, shoutouts to, these teams who are competing for $120 prize pool. Again, all of it sponsored by our good friends at Future Form Design Labs, where everyday ideas are turned into captivating visuals that speak to everyone, because great design belongs to all. Support our friends at, support our friends in creative design at Future Form Design Labs. But that's it for now. We have a little bit of an upset on the other side of the bracket as well. Update for you all. Yuhh Esports upsetting in the winners semifinals. They'll be in the winners finals to take on NTX. So when we come back, the winners finals will be here. Yuhh Esports, who have been tearing it in the Serenyx League matches, now playing the winners finals against NTX Esports and Enero. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, welcome back. We're here in the winners finals, and yes, we just got to see NTX Esports and Enero win in our winners semifinals of the Serenyx League 3v3 Meltdown number 4. Now they take on Yuhh Esports, and Yuhh Esports, for any of you who've been watching the stream, will recognize this roster. They're in our Serenyx League Elite Division. Again, a great league. If you want to join us for future seasons of our league, join us, Discord in chat, to join us in our future tournaments, like the ones that you're seeing tonight, as well as our league, which we usually stream on weekdays. So we're in the winners finals. It means it's a best of 5, and with how close the matches have been so far, I mean, we just saw NTX win 2-1 over Piqueos. We just saw cartel lose to Yuhh Esports 2-1 in a huge upset. It's going to be another close match, I expect, here in the winners finals.
Yeah, we've got two great teams, and they are getting all set up and ready for us to be able to watch. And we are hopping right into it. Best of 3 or 5 in this
5.
one.
This is winners finals now, so this is best of 5, my friend. And that means, with all the good action we've seen tonight, we're going to get to see a whole 5-game series of it, I hope. Because with how close these teams are, honestly, I'm expecting nothing else than a game 5.
Yeah, and Swuffy already trying to take a couple shots on target, but nothing is falling through the cracks of this Yuhh team. Yuhh did beat cartel, which was actually a pretty big upset on that side, as cartel were our first seed coming into this tournament, with Cloudy going underneath 1, Swuffy counteracting everything he had just done, and now Sith clearing the danger.
Just a little update for all of you. Obviously, you all know Swuffy, Sith, and Fuge, but on the other side of the side of Yuhh Esports, a slightly different roster than what we usually see. Cloudy and Av are still here. That's part of their starting roster in the league, but they also have Piqueos spawned, which, by the way, actually is Kazukatoki as well. So that's Kazukatoki on the other side, who, again, is going by Piqueos Bond. But that does mean for Yuhh Esports, they got a huge amount of respect on them and a huge amount of respect given to them now, because they did just beat our #1 seed, but they also have a huge amount of pressure. They've got to keep up that kind of pressure, and this NTX team, we just got to see them play. This team is no joke. They know what they're doing, and they know how to make things tough, as Swuffy will put in goal 1. He's been looking for goals all night, but he's been playing mostly defensively, but against this Yuhh Esports team, the way to beat them is going to be through offense.
Best defense is a great offense, as you see there, as Swuffy just hammers it home, 50s them, and gets it into the back of the net. As AV now on the side of Yuhh, coming off the ceiling, down to Cloudy, but Bond, is that Bond or Don? Bond was kind of mistaken and takes it off his hands, as AV trying to beat Sith. Sith does not let him in, but Cloudy could get a shot here. Another miscommunication between a couple of the Yuhh players. They need to get on the same wavelength, or they will falter. Or, I mean, just use someone as a golf tee, I guess.
And I love this as well. Av just goes in, and he recognizes Swuffy doesn't have that flip reset, and well, if you don't have a flip reset, you might as well just go for this one. So Av jumping in, recognizing that there was nobody else pushing up for NTX here, and or I should say everybody was pushing up for NTX, and nobody else was there to defend, and we got to see that opening made here as Cloudy now gonna keep things going. Kazukatoki right behind him, and he might be the next one up. Here he goes, Kazu stops as well. Now in goes Av. The offense continues, and another overcommit here for NTX, but this time they do recover, and it won't be too dangerous as off the corner goes Kazukatoki. Av bumps out there by Fuge. Just back goes Cloudy. Half a game to go with 1 goal from both sides. A lot slower moving than our last series, but it does show that Swafi and the NTX roster can adapt well to any roster they play against, because we've seen Yuhh Esports where we know this team is much more slower moving, likes to go for team plays, likes to keep control, and isn't nearly as chaotic as what we saw earlier from the Piqueos. And that just means for NTX it's going to be a different playstyle that they have to get used to.
Yeah, and a lot of moving pieces so far in this game number 1. As Sith shooting makes it 2-1. Whoa. I swear, it's like every time I start talking about something and it immediately doesn't happen. Instead it goes the other way. And just like that, Yuhh are sitting in the back seat just watching NTX drive.
And it was a bit of a mistake off the back wall as well that really did hurt them in that play. As here goes Av again. Swafi on the block, and again, this match huge for both these teams. Not only is it a best of 5, so it's a much tougher series in theory, much longer series as well. Reminder, the winner of this going to our grand finals guaranteed not only a piece of the $120 prize pool tonight, but also a game advantage in our grand finals to win the whole thing. And well, with what we've seen so far, no team from the lower bracket has ever, I believe, been able to come back in any of our double elimination tournaments here. So essentially put, so far in Serenyx League tournament history, whoever wins this winners finals matchup wins the whole thing, and that really could mean that whoever wins this one is likely going to be our champion side. I mean, so far the statistics have proven that the winner from the upper finals is far more often than not going to be the one that wins the tournament. As up goes another chance here, Kazakatoki. They'll be blocked by Sif as the offense continues back the other way. NTX hasn't had much in terms of offense, but just trying to make things happen. And one of the issues right now I'm seeing with NTX and really with both these teams is that's a fragmented offense. Both these teams sending one player upfield, but not really sending more than one player upfield. They need to take risks, and that's exactly what Yuhh Esports does. To go, and with a chance in front, Cloudy does not miss his opportunity, and the game is tied with a minute left.
I just hope you know real quick that you have officially caster cursed us for our grand finals later on. You said in the statistics back it up. That is when you knew you cursed it. Okay? You cursed it, man.
We'll see. I've said it before and it hasn't gone against me, and I'm just waiting for the day that somebody makes history, you know, on the Serenyx leagues and any of these one-going events. We haven't seen it yet, but I will gladly welcome a team that wins the lower bracket, because I think we're due for that kind of performance.
Yeah, but currently it's not looking like it. I mean, both of these teams have looked so dominant, but I definitely think looking on the lower bracket, I guess, Piqueos versus Cartel. Oh wait, I'll tell you to talk about it in a sec. As AV is shooting, or sorry, AV is saving away. Fuge is going up. 20 seconds left in game number 1. Swafi, bit of an awkward area for him. Sith down to Fuge. Fuge shooting. 10 seconds remaining. We could see a last second goal. That'd be a refreshing taste. As Swafi can't power through. It's up to Sith. 2 seconds left. The last chance. This down to Swafi. Swafi misses, but we're in overtime. Buckle in.
Yeah, get ready. This is the first overtime of the night, and what could be the first of many in this series. NTX and Enero, Yuhh Esports, very even in how they're playing this matchup, and it really does feel like that one thing that I think Yuhh Esports could really use right now, we've been seeing them use more and more, is that team chemistry. These three have been teammates, specifically with Av and with Cloudy. They are teammates in the league. They've been playing a lot together. They are definitely been teammates for a while, and for NTX, it just feels a little bit more fractured when they try to go to offense. Not really like a full team effort, more like 3 individual players. Feels like they're still learning, still trying to get used to each other, but you can't deny the mechanics. As Sif, oh, it's off the crossbar by Fuge. That was a beautiful setup, but the play just went wide. And Yuhh Esports thanking their lucky stars, they didn't have a chance to block that one.
I have no words right now. You were saying they're 3 individuals, but if they've got individual mechanics, they can put it together, right? I mean just think about it. You're freestyling with some randoms in a casual match, and you can do them. But it looks like they are getting bumped all over. And Swafi hitting it down towards the center. Cloudy back to his own half with 0 boost. He's got 12 now, but Fuge beats 1, almost beats a second. But Swafi is applying more pressure, not giving them an inch to work with.
NTX continuing on the offenses. A great pass in front of Swafi, trying to find food, and you can see NTX taking more measured approaches, not trying to take nearly as many risks anymore. As a shot on, saved by Av. Follow up, sure to follow from Swafi, but he'll stay back. Now he goes, and Av will intercept this one in the midfield. Sith waiting back, Boast a chance to score, but that play goes wide. NTX Enero walking in front of the net. They've had great opportunities so far, but have not been able to score just yet. Av bumped. We'll get a light touch on as Sith goes to the back wall. Fuge, and in the air, no chance to score just yet, as Yuhh Esports have done just enough to keep them out. Rolling in front, Cloudy doesn't have it. This one kept away by Kazukatoki, but Sith with room, with boost, with the backboard. Av, Fuge, in the back of the net, and NTX Esports Enero, after a long slog of a matchup, finally put things to rest right in front of the goal line.
Well, that's one way to end it. After 2 minutes of back and forth, it does fall in favor of NTX. But there is something I need to inform everyone on right now. Maybe rest in peace, Piqueos, as they did lose to I'm carrying the team in the lower bracket, and they are facing La Cartel right now. Piqueos, the team that we saw do absolutely phenomenal against this Swafi team, NTX team, there we go, has now gotten knocked out. They're done. Their tournament run is over. That's a surprise to me. I don't know if it's a surprise to you.
It definitely looked that way, but then again, with how close a lot of these teams are, I guess you can't say it's too surprising to see wins like that in the lower bracket here for some of these other rosters. What it does mean, though, is that we're going to get a new team in our lower finals afterwards, which will be really exciting to see. But that, again, it just shows just how scary the competition is, that there's so many top-tier teams here. So many of these rosters upsetting, winning in weird matches, winning in weird ways, but Yuhh Esports trying to put that last game behind them here. 2 seconds gone by, and in the back of the net goes Kazukatoki's efforts.
That's one way to make a statement right off the bat. As Yuhh Esports make their presence absolutely known to NTX.
I love that they're doing that too. I love that they are not afraid to get in the face of NTX Esports and Arrows. I mean, this is a roster of so many players who have really proven themselves time and time again in these tournaments. And to prove it again and again, every single game, that they do not fear them. And that's a sort of ballsiness that we don't see often from a lot of rosters. The unfortunate thing is, they have now given a goal back the other way, as a whiff for Yuhh Esports collapses the defense, and NTX Esports and Arrows will gladly take it.
One, as you do, in the most calm and normal fashion ever, you know, just a casual missed kickoff and whatever that was, as we are now one apiece with only 30 seconds played, as Sith trying to make something magic happen, but it could just fall in, and it's saved by Swafi.
A huge block as well, because he was racing Mac for that one. NTX and Arrows have shown before that they definitely have an issue with overcommitting, and they really rely a lot on Swafi to be able to recover the defense fast enough before those shots come into play. Definitely something you'll want to watch if you're Yuhh Esports, because NTX and Arrows have not really fixed it from last series. Have not fixed it already, but what happened here? 2 players pushed up for Yuhh Esports, and NTX have an open net to look at. That's a huge miscommunication and a 1-goal lead.
I think Swafi stole that one. Maybe that's just me. Fuge with the shot, as Swafi just kind of taps it in, as it is now 2-1 with a minute played. This is looking very, very dangerous for this Yuhh team, as they need to be able to kind of find themselves, find a goal. And yes, there's still 4 minutes played, but you know, a lot can happen, as AV, he must have heard me talking, as his goal makes it 2-2.
Yeah, good play from Av, just getting in the way there and just finding the shot, and really good confidence from Yuhh Esports, really putting the pressure on NTX. They know this team has not been playing the best tonight, has definitely been feeling that pressure. And that's the kind of pressure, and that's the kind of play you need to bring here, as now Kazukatoki demoed off the kickoff, as again this game kept close, as a second straight game that is really being kept close, and it's really going to come down to the wire. We're going to be here for a while, I think, Alex, to determine who's going to win this one.
If all of these games go to an overtime, I'm going to be very impressed, but also very annoyed.
I mean, I'll be
Yeah,
happy. I'll
I
be best
know.
happy if we go to overtime again.
I know. But what I'm saying is like, we're gonna be sitting here till 10, 11 o'clock, and we're gonna be like, huh, that 8-minute overtime really killed us, didn't it? I mean, I'm
Don't say
kidding.
that.
I'm
Don't say it's
kidding.
not possible. We've seen long overtimes before. We haven't seen an 8-minute one though on this stream. That would be a first if we have an 8-minute overtime. But I wouldn't be against it. And now these teams are playing it is definitely not impossible. Now it's tight. For now it is 2-2 as we have 3 minutes to go. Cloudy gonna chase this one down as it'll be cleared back by Sif and Av will be there to respond. Gets by one. Sif still airborne as Cloudy trying to get in the way, but Sawafi will have the dribble. It's Kazukotoki now. Av trying to get rid of Fuge. He's pumped him midway there, so Fuge doesn't have the touch that he wants on that play, but yeah, Esports do overcommit here, and that means they're going to go back to defense, have to recollect the play, have to start from square one, and look for more offense.
And I just heard in my ear that the longest overtime recorded is, well, in Serenyx League, is 5 minutes and 1 second. That is possible to break, but Sawafi, oh, Fuge getting his revenge. And originally it was Sawafi stealing Fuge's. Now it's the other way around. 3-2 the scoreline with 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and a good play here, good performance, good showing from NTX Esports and Arrows. They really don't want to have another overtime. I think they are done with overtimes considering how close last game was. And even though they were able to hold the vast majority of the offensive possession in that overtime last game, you don't want to take that chance. You don't want to take that risk. Go up by one in the regulation, hold up that lead up, and you know, force your Esports to have to play comeback here. As Fuge, another chance, stopped by Kazuka Toki as Sif will go for the dribble. Now trying to get the bump, won't need it, as in comes Sawafi, and although we saw a touch there from a defender in Av, I believe, it wasn't going to be enough, and now the lead is 2 goals.
Yeah, excuse me, 1:46 remaining. That is a crucial goal. This last minute, the next minute will kind of decide where the momentum will be, as that is crucial. As Bond makes it back to a 1-goal lead. He did not give them time to have that 2-goal cushion for very long. Where were they?
As you said as well, but while it's happening as well, we got a little update from the rest of the bracket here. Cartel, having won in our lower semifinals, will be in our lower finals next to our number 1 seed, who lost earlier tonight against Yuhh Esports. Now in the lower finals, waiting in the top 3 position to go to the grand finals, and who knows, they may have a rematch with Yuhh, but not unless Yuhh has something to say about it. And right now, the player speaking is Kazuka Toki, as it's a hat-trick here for him. And Yuhh Esports really turning this game around. NTX Esports and Enero cannot seem to escape the clutches of Yuhh.
90 seconds remaining. Who knows? We might see another overtime. Would I be happy for it? Yes. I've changed my mind on them, okay? But AV hitting it down to Kazutaki, I believe is the name. You might need a Kazu. We'll go Kazu, okay? As Sif now in control. As AV and Kazu both trying to 50 him away, but Sif was just the bigger man. As Fuge back into Sawafi. Sawafi over 2. Fuge maybe over 3. As Av decides to take it with 0 boost, however. Pinching it down. Sawafi into the orange half. Gets 1 demo. Can Sif find the net? No one finds the net. Fuge might. He's saved by Av.
Yeah, it's a huge block for Av too, because he was facing the wrong direction as well. He really didn't have many options in that play. He was in his own net, facing the wrong way. Had to just find a way to force himself in front of that goal and get that block. But the game tied for now. One goal could very much be the difference maker. Sawafi, that's left in the midfield as Cloudy tried to jump on this one, but NTX were waiting back. Demo on 1. Sif's got room. Sawafi trying to push ahead. Sif past 2. Cloudy gets the clear. And Yuhh Esports send it away. 10 seconds and counting as Sawafi hold on to this one. Cloudy. Fuge. Off the sidewall, still goes Fuge. Sawafi, redirect! Oh, what an ender! Sawafi silences Yuhh Esports and NTX at a buzzer beater's notice. Take game 2.
You're gonna have to give me a sec. What did I just witness? Oh my goodness. That's one way to end the game and to seal his hat trick. The hat trick hero of game number 2, Swaffy in the flesh. You cannot make this up. There is no script to who will win this. They just play, and apparently Swaffy, he just likes winning.
I mean, hey, we've seen him do it before. We've seen him find ways to will teams to win under him. And you see there at 0 seconds when the team called for him, he showed up, and now they have 3 chances to move to the winners, to the grand finals through the winners finals. Yuhh Esports may have met their match tonight, that is, unless they have something to say about it. And right now they've been pretty quiet, but we'll see what they can do. They've kept these matches close. They've just not been able to do enough to just get through NTX Esports and Enero. And NTX, well, only one away from going to the grand finals with that game advantage. Reminder, the cartel winning the lower brackets. I don't think any of these teams want to play against them later tonight.
Yeah, and it was just, oh, wait a minute. I don't think anybody wants to play against La Cartel at all. I mean, Yuhh has already beaten them once, but once is not twice. It is hard to beat a team twice in a row, but it does appear that Sith lurking tries to shoot as Kazu clearing the danger away. Back to the middle. Sith off backboard. Maybe he can get a second touch. And it looks like it will be relieving the danger for now. And it is now onto the blue half.
Yeah, it is, and it's NTX Esports Enero. Just want to buy some room here, but every time they get the ball, yeah, Esports throw themselves in front of the play, throw themselves into the mix as Swaffy getting pushed out here, but will find the pinch nonetheless. Av, corner, Fuge. Av still with this one, and he's got space to work with. Sif won't have this one, does get a piece of it, but a double commit here for NTX Enero means they've got to play with time as Fuge on a bump out Cloudy. Swaffy met by Kazu Katoki as Swaffy again. Dribble, gets a little flick by Ab, just gonna force out Yuhh Esports, but Yuhh Esports, again, throwing themselves at the play, and simply put, they're respecting NTX, but they're respecting them in a way where they can just challenge over and over again. That means for NTX, if they're gonna make progress, it's gonna be slow, and it's going to be painful.
Yeah, and the fact that we're still at 0-0, it's kind of surprising, especially when you think the caliber these two teams have in offense. As Fuge might prove me wrong, but Av making sure it did not fall down to Swaffy as Cloudy pushing up. Av trying to get his own redirect off the bar. Oh no, Kazu off the bar as well. And it is all still tied up.
And you really couldn't have asked for any better chances there for Kazu Katoki. He had a hat trick last game. We know he can shoot. But that one, he didn't need to make that shot so tough on himself. Tried to go for perfect placement. When all you need to do is put the ball in the nets, and that's exactly what Yuhh Esports do immediately after. Cloudy finds Av, and the 2 starters of Yuhh Esports get the job done eventually. It's been a long battle of no goals, but Yuhh Esports do break the deadlock.
Finally, as we have reached halftime in game number 3. And remember, Yuhh Esports are looking to find themselves in a reverse sweep situation. And for that to happen, they need to hold on to this lead. If they don't, it could be game over for them as they head down to the lower bracket.
Tiff, it's a great first block. Will keep things airborne as Av can't read the ball correctly. Swaffy not able to get there very easily as Fuge. Not a great touch. Now it is a play that NTX needs to get out of their own half as Av with a pinch. Jumping in is Cloudy. Swaffy will wait on this as Fuge takes command. Sif and Fuge and Swaffy all upfield. It's resting in front, but Yuhh Esports get to it first. Now goes Swaffy. He's got doesn't have to read though, and Av's got room. Flick over one. Sif jumping in the way. Yuhh Esports holding this one down as Cloudy stopped by Swaffy eventually, and it will be yet another clear here for NTX Enero. Av can't get through Fuge, and maybe offense continuing here as Swaffy already up. That net is open, and it's in! A miss off the back wall, and Swaffy comes clutch once more.
1-1, under 90 seconds remaining. You know what time it is. It's clutch time. This is it. This is where you either get the sweep or you start the reverse track. However, they need to find a goal. First goal in this next 30, 20, however long seconds it is before that 30-second bell rings, that will decide who has momentum. Those 30 seconds are very crucial as Fuge hitting it down to the middle. Suwafi trying to take a shot, blocked by two defenders. Sith gets a second touch off the backboard, drops down. We have a minute remaining. Av bringing it the other way. Fuge makes him awkward. Pop into the middle. Cloudy is awkward now. He could get dunked. Sith off target. And now he has to retreat back.
And one thing I noticed very early on here from Yuhh Esports, they're pushing up further and further now than ever. They gotta be careful, because overcommits can happen, and you really don't want to let an overcommit end your winner's finals run. Av will stay on this one as Cloudy waiting right behind, but he doesn't have boost. Av needs to waste time, and he'll do just that, although it's Suwafi jumping in. He ended last game at a 0-second redirect. Now goes Fuge off the back wall, bump in front. Fuge will go! 20 seconds remain, and NTX Esports Enero, is that the goal to win it?
20 seconds left. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You don't know what might happen here. We've seen insanity. Will we see more? 20 seconds. Count it down with me at 10, please and thank you. As Cloudy hitting down. 15 seconds remaining. Sith hits it the other way. Back into the middle. We are now into the last. Okay. As shots! Fuge! 3-1.
And with 5 seconds to go, that might be the shot to end the upper bracket run for your esports. NTX Esports Enero will jump in and take over from here. The game is over, a 3-0 sweep, and it was close every single game. But NTX Esports Enero's an overtime win, a 0-second winner, and now a no questioner. It's a 3-game sweep. They're off to the grand finals, and for your esports, they've got a rematch waiting for them in the lower bracket.
La Cartel, I hope you're ready for your rematch. You lost once already. You cannot lose to this team again. If so, oh boy. We want to see something creative out of everybody. We want to see some games go flying. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you're looking forward to it too, Sporty.
I absolutely am looking forward to this lower bracket. Tonight has been, well, pretty fast-paced so far, so we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, the lower finals will be here. Yuhh Esports versus La Cartel, our #1 seed, who were sent to lower bracket early on in the tournament by this Yuhh Esports side. Now look to beat them in order to make top 2. We'll see you soon. This is the lower finals in the Serenyx League 3v3 Meltdown number 4. This is a chance to see who else will be in the grand finals. We've already seen one team make it already, with that being a 3-0 sweep win for NTX Esports Enero in the winner final. Now we get a rematch in the lower bracket. Yuhh! Esports versus La Cartel. We didn't get to see the match earlier because it was in the winners quarterfinals where La Cartel, sorry, it was in the winners semifinals, the other winners semifinals, where La Cartel lost to Yuhh Esports 2-1. Now they look for revenge in the lower finals, and La Cartel, a pretty solid roster overall here. A roster full of some pretty recognizable names in Buggy, Absorbent Karma, and Zenny. So we got a great match here tonight, Alex, and I know you know these players from La Cartel quite well. I'm sure they have every reason to make it to the grand finals, and more importantly, get their revenge here.
Listen, all I know is that if they win, they're giving me some of the money. I'm kidding, they're not actually going to. I wish, but we are going to be watching. I mean, I've talked to Zenny a bunch. I've talked to Buggy a bunch. I don't know Absorbent Karma, but let's get into it. It's Yuhh versus La Cartel.
Well, if you don't need to know who Absorbent Karma is, I'm sure you've heard the name before. He's been a pro for a very long time. So, La Cartel on the blue lost to Yuhh Esports in the winners semi-finals earlier tonight. Now look for revenge, and Zenny's trying to get things started, but in response, Kazugatoke there for the early save, and La Cartel, you can tell, putting their emotions on their sleeve right now. Early offense, early aggression, it really does feel like they are playing with aggression, playing with a bit of anger, knowing that this is a team that sent them to the lower bracket and has made their life so difficult, and that they have won really badly to come back, but that's not so easy. Not when you see Kazugatoke playing as well as he is right now.
I mean, that's one way to get it started, and Zenny tries the in and out, but Kazu just gets him over the top as he will open up the scoring 1-0 in favor of Yuhh Esports.
Yeah, a good start for this Yuhh Esports side. Looking to go to the grand finals once more. I mean, we saw how close their match was earlier tonight against NTX and Esports and Enero, but they gotta get through here to get there. And Av, well, he's gonna take a second goal as a long clear completely catches Absorbent Karma overcommitted, and that will do just that as Av rushes through, takes those goals, and takes control for Yuhh Esports as they're once again proving why they beat La Cartel earlier tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, I was very grateful to be a part of Buggy versus Anno in a show match, and unfortunately, Buggy is not looking like he was in that game. But it looks like it is all Yuhh, but Karma trying to go underneath, as Zenny is having to be the third man, it looks like a bit. But he is still pushed up a lot, like a really far ways. I can't speak tonight, I do apologize. But now it's off the backboard, dropping to no one, but Zenny challenges instead. Buggy off the wall, but is dropped down to Karma. Miscommunication there from teammates, as Karma needs to be able to 50 this, and it goes in favor of Kazu.
And right now, I think one of the big issues we're seeing here out of this side, you know, out of the La Cartel is that they're just not moving very fast right now. They're slow. It really feels quite lethargic. I want to see them pick up the pace a little bit more. It feels like they're moving so slowly that anytime even they get past Yuhh Esports, they give Yuhh Esports so much time to recover. You gotta move quickly at this level. You gotta be able to catch them when they leave holes open. And right now for La Cartel, they're just moving too slowly to really take advantage of Yuhh Esports' openings.
Yeah, is Karma in that center spot, but all of them have no boost or little to no boost to work with. They now have boost. Zenny trying to get a double. Buggy shooting. Saved away by Cloudy, as Av, taking it himself, flicks over Karma, tries to 50 Zenny down, but Buggy being able to push it after that 50. And now Kazu not letting him anywhere near their goal, as Av shooting, saved by Karma.
It is a good block too, as the offense just continues. Now off the back wall, Yuhh Esports continuing to swarm La Cartel as Absorbent Karma. It's a Buggy. That shot's going to never happen here, as the miss in front of us will give Yuhh Esports the time to clear this one away. And La Cartel, chances like those you need to take as Absorbent Karma demoed out of the way. Buggy off the corner. In goes Cloudy as Av jumping in. Absorbent Karma bumped out as here goes another chance in front. Cloudy's there, but Buggy gets the save. 2 minutes to go. La Cartel have been mostly playing defense so far, and it does not feel like it's changing all that much.
Yep, And that defense would be correct if they were still tied at 0-0. Letting 2 goals in off of overcommits, miscommunications is not looking pretty right now. But there is a minute 40 left to change this. Even just get a single goal, grab some momentum, put it in your pocket for the next game. But Buggy's trying to shoot. Zenny's shooting as well. All saved away as Karma tries to shoot for a 3rd time. Zenny, no boost spawn for him. Buggy shooting, making it 1-2 with 80 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and it just got a little bit awkward in front as Av just whiffed on it. And when you whiff like that, you don't give your teammate enough time to respond. You don't give your teammate enough time to really recover there, and that is a bad time to make that mistake because, well, it only comes back to hurt them here as the lead for Yuhh Esports now in jeopardy of being removed.
Yeah, and Av now cutting up the team. 1-2 Toodaloo. There goes 1. Here goes 2, and here goes the flick for the 3rd, making it 3-1.
Yeah, and a great performance as well, just getting in the way of the field, getting in the way of all the offense that's happening. They just never left anything in doubt, and well, I definitely loved seeing that action there as Absorbent Karma now trying to find a goal. Back will get the 50/1. Zenny waiting off the back wall as Cloudy will find the touch. Now goes Buggy, but trying to keep possession right now. It is very tough to do so, especially with so little time to go. They've got to move quickly here, but it hasn't been what they've done all game. Now goes Zenny as Yuhh Esports continuing the challenge, and we saw earlier the challenges, how annoying these guys make those challenges, and they just continue to go, continue to play, continue to stay up in the way, and every time Yuhh Esports challenge, really does feel like La Cartel just cannot seem to get a second player upfield fast enough to respond. As Cloudy, Buggy blocks Absorbent Karma with space, but they've got to go to net, and that just isn't going to happen because right on time is Yuhh Esports. Another challenge to keep them away. Those 50-50s are winning the game right now for Yuhh Esports.
And Yuhh now finding a 4th. They have been running absolute rampant in this game number 1. And I forget, is this a best? It is a best of 3. So now La Cartel will have their backs against the wall, needing to find an answer to the questions that Yuhh Esports have been asking consistently this game.
And reminder, last time they played, Yuhh Esports were able to win 2-1. But a performance like this in another best of 3, La Cartel may have Yuhh Esports beat them in an even more one-sided version. Game 1 is over. Yuhh Esports, a 4-1 showing, and simply put, they were playing a lot faster and a lot more aggressively that game. We didn't really see much of in terms of pace here from this from La Cartel. We need to see more from them. They just weren't playing fast enough. They weren't playing up in the face of Yuhh Esports enough. We need to see more from them because right now it's too slow and it's too uninspiring.
Not Jogo Benito. Not Jogo Benito. As we are going to be going into game number 2. Again, their backs are against the wall. Buggy, now he might have had a card change, but the biggest thing that I'm noting is that he's had a name change. No longer Bug Monster. He is now just Buggy. We will be getting into game number 2.
It reminds me of like Superman taking off the suits, revealing revealing his uniform underneath.
Yeah.
Feels like it's like, no, okay, so we had Bug Monster earlier. Now you get to see the real Buggy. It feels like that's kind of the way he wants to take this game, and well, we'll see if it works for now. Right now, La Cartel have not been good enough, but they're still in this one. This is a best of 3, so they still have a second life to work with. But for Yuhh Esports, one away from going to the Grand Finals and guaranteeing a top 2 finish in our Favorite 3 Meltdown number 4. And for being a team that's been tearing up the competition in our Elite Division, Circuit Zevo, they have definitely wanted to make sure that they prove it, that they're not just good in our league, but good in our tournaments, although they're going to need a good start. And that from Cloudy could have been it, had the ball gone in. Now goes the shot from Kazuka, but that rolls off the post. Av saved away as it's left in front for Cloudy. Buggy will save as the ball goes off to the side as this one, infield, will be Av waiting on an infield pass, but nobody there, and Buggy will go for cleanup.
And real quick, something to note, a couple names. So yes, Buggy has changed his name, but Zenny is now just a heart. He is just a heart. He loves everybody here. Also, Buggy did also change up his car. He's no longer in the Fennec. He's now in the Octane. Let's see if maybe that will have something to influence. But with 4 minutes remaining, it's still 0-0. They're already looking better than they did in game number. Oh, did I just jinx it? Yes, I did. Yes,
Oh
yes,
my
I did. This is why my title is Caster Curse. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm sure Yuhh Esports will be happy to see it, though, because that, you can't deny, that pass from Cloudy was absolutely perfect right there. I mean, it's right up the corner. It's where nobody expects him to get the touch. It really looked like he was throwing it away from himself as well. That's why nobody expected him to get back in time, but he had the boost to work with it. And Yuhh Esports catching La Cartel a bit slow on the response. As now up the back wall again, another play off the back wall. La Cartel have struggled off the back wall so far tonight, and it's continuing to hurt them here as Cloudy with a clear away. Av is already up for this one, as he'll get one past Absorbent Karma. Cloudy, Kazukatoki, light touch down the field, but not really possession for any real team as Absorbent Karma doesn't get the touch wheel. Instead, leave it for Buggy as both players go in for La Cartel. Buggy still on it as Av jumps up. A 1-goal lead for Yuhh Esports, but with still a lot of time to go, you know this team will be looking for a second as they did last game.
Off the backboard yet again, but it is dropped low. Buggy trying to shoot. Kazu read him immediately as Zenny is now up, beating over one, looking for a bump. Buggy tries to get it off as a shot, but no dice. But now it's down to Buggy. Buggy shooting, and he scored. Sorry, not even Buggy, that was Zenny, my bad. Zenny scoring out of nowhere. He was ready, he shoots, he scores to tie it up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, no, Esports caught with no boost as well. When you're on low boost, it's so tempting to leave your post to go take a boost pad or a boost pill and get back in time, because it, in theory, doesn't take too long. But when you leave the net like that, you only make things tougher for yourself. As now Av looking for an answer. That stings off the post as it nearly went in. Yuhh Esports have had a couple chances so far in this series where they've just gone a little bit wide. As now Buggy finds the nets. La Cartel with their first lead of the series.
I prefer not to speak. I don't want to be biased towards this. I'm not allowed to be biased towards this. But let's just say, good shot, it's 2-1. Continue.
It is a great play from Buggy, and I mean, it's an even better play just knowing that the play was going to the midfield, being in the right position. It's simple, but hey, the simple things sometimes work. You don't always need to be super flashy to get things done, and we can see that here from La Cartel. There's nothing flashy about this team. Just trying to play simple, rotational Rocket League, and well, they have definitely had some success in that. As here goes Kazukatoki, back wall, pinched in front, but it's going to be Buggy waiting on it. Gets bumped out of the way by Cloudy. Still Buggy as it's a double commit, or actually a quadruple commit. 4 players jumped in on that one. As now Buggy left to his own devices. But the shot goes nowhere. And Cloudy will take it away as a 1-goal lead right now. Held by La Cartel. Not held for long, because Av will take the last touch and throws it right under La Cartel. Perfect placement from Yuhh Esports to tie this game back.
That's one way to get a goal back, and what a beauty it was. Cloudy to Av, the connection is there. As 2 minutes remaining, and it's all tied up at 2 apiece in game number 2. And Buggy beating 2 players off the kickoff.
Some kickoff pressure right now for La Cartel. They may even get a goal from this one as Zenny nearly pokes one in. But the play will be thrown out by Av as jumping in now. Kazukatoki was the high goal scorer earlier tonight for Yuhh Esports. Hasn't really been all that active here in their lower finals as the pace has really slowed down to a screeching halt, it feels. Now Zenny, corner, second touch. Av will clear this one past Buggy. As there are less than 90 seconds to go, Yuhh Esports look for the goal to give them the reason to go to the grand finals. Kazukatoki, Cloudy, past Buggy, up goes Absorbent Karma to keep out Av, but it's still in front of the net as Zenny jumping in. And it is Yuhh Esports still in possession, and with time running out, it really feels like if any team's going to score next, it would be Yuhh, as right now they've held La Cartel all the way back in their half and are keeping them there.
1 minute remaining. Cloudy was trying to find Av there. They've linked up once before to create the game tie. The Buggy gets demoed by Cloudy, cleared away. Karma able to get back and not let it in anymore. But it's down to a pinch. Buggy can take it. Can he take it the whole way? No. Kazu is there to intercept. He beats another. Buggy and Karma doubling underneath. There's the shot, and Cloudy sealing it. 30 seconds remaining. Kazu, who hit it off, I think, the backboard, or the post, is able to have it for Cloudy to finish it in. 2-3 the scoreline with 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Esports just are 30 seconds away from going to the grand finals. But of course, they gotta hold this one down as Av with a long touch. Absorbent Karma looking for one last effort on the field. Will be kept out initially, but that's what they're looking for. Another chance on. Stopped anyways by Kazakatoki as Av looking for a goal to silence this one in front of the nets. Absorbent Karma can't get there in time. Cloudy, Kazakatoki. Zenny's gonna keep this one up, but he won't be there in time. Cloudy will end this one in 2 games. Yuhh Esports are going to the grand finals.
Well, it looks like it is a revenge tour for Yuhh. Or not even a revenge tour. They beat Yuhh. Sorry, they beat La Cartel. Now they're about to face, what's the name?
TX.
TX
Enero.
Oh,
And you're really you're all over the place tonight.
Listen.
There's too many teams to keep track of, isn't there?
Too many right now, okay. But what a beauty of a game. Unfortunate that it was not going in favor of La Cartel. I know those are the people that I know, but still a very good game, a very good series, and we will be seeing Yuhh in the grand final facing NTX. Stay tuned.
As you said. Welcome back, welcome back. The grand finals of the Serenyx League 3v3 Meltdown number 4 is here. I'm SportyFC. Joining me once again is Alex, and again, our producer is GAYTANA. Sorry about that long pause, everybody. One of the players actually had a tornado warning, so we had to make sure they were safe first before they could compete. But thankfully, the warning's gone, and so too is any danger. So we will have our grand final side here with NTX Esports Enero versus Yuhh Esports. It's a rematch of what we saw in our winners finals earlier, where NTX Esports Enero were able to win in a 3-0 sweep. It's another best of 5, but this time it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Yuhh Esports because they start a game down by default. So NTX Esports Enero now only need 2 wins to win the 3v3 Meltdown number 4.
Yeah, and I am looking forward to it. Obviously, Yuhh is at a disadvantage, but they always could come back. And there is one thing that I am going to ask everyone in chat to do. I know we're not as fancy as the Rocket League channel, but could everyone tell us who you got winning this grand final? Put Yuhh or NTX in the chat so you know who you guys are rooting for. The teams are in, so we will be getting underway shortly. Are you excited, Sporty?
I am very excited here, and this is a great match as well. NTX Esports and Enero are 1 game up by default in the grand finals over Yuhh Esports. They've already beat them once tonight, so they look to do it once more in our grand finals. Who will be our 4th 3v3 Meltdown champion? NTX Esports and Enero on the blue, Yuhh Esports on the orange, and if what we saw from NTX does repeat itself, this team is going to find a lot of ways to be successful, but it's really going to come down to being able to put themselves on the offensive push early here. As actually, by the way, correction here, NTX is actually on the orange for this matchup, and Yuhh Esports is on the blue. So NTX, we saw them do it earlier, really bring in a lot of offense, really rely a lot on being able to, have Swuffy and Sif connects, and for Yuhh Esports, it just felt like they just could not get out of defense fast enough at times to get the offense that they needed. Every game was very close, though, and, well, if our winners finals kind of performance continues, again, we could be in for quite a close grand finals. That is, if Yuhh Esports can close out some games.
Yeah, and it looks like it looks like NTX has immediately started the push for their first goal as Sith hitting it up towards the middle. Cloudy gets up in time, almost beating Swuffy. Cloudy drops it back. Shot by Kazu, could not finish as Av gets demoed by Food.
And it will be Swuffy up again, and well, he does get taken out of the way here. It's a battle of the midfields between both these sides. We've seen it already, that whoever can really win the midfield really does win out on offense. And, well, obviously when you win out on offense, goals are soon to follow as NTX now hold out to midfield. Sif has a player across, will just go himself as that's off the bar. Swuffy, it's off the post. 2 chances hitting off the iron, and NTX look again. In midfield pass will be kept away by Kazukotoki as Av to the ceiling with the clear away chance. Sif is there to block, but Kazukotoki will go up to offense, and Yuhh Esports now can go for more plays as they ran into each other, going back into possession. And that means it is still time here for NTX to get things done, but they're definitely going to look for more chances as Av on the dribble. Look for the top left corner. It's hit off the post as well. Chances flying just wide of the nets, but we really are closing in on for our first goal.
Yeah, why does I feel like the momentum here is all in favor of Yuhh? It feels like they have everything, every possible outcome that they need. They just need to find the target. They have the resources as Av gets a flip reset into the middle, but Fuge into Cloudy. Cloudy 50s into Swuffy. Now Sith clearing it away onto the blue half, dropping it down low. Cloudy is there, but Av was truly the one that hit it away. Miscommunication as a double. Cloudy shooting off target as Swuffy does not allow anything past it.
As you said as well, now it's off the back wall, and Av, we nearly got caught on that one. It was a less than optimal touch in front of his own goal, and NTX just trying to close things down. But for both these teams, because of how long of a break we had, both of them feels like they're starting without any momentum, without any real energy or any real past games kind of on their mind. It really is a start from zero for both rosters, so a real, kind of reset for both sides here, and that game advantage for your NTX Esports knows it usually matters whoever it is in the winners in the grand finals, but it matters even more now because NTX, they need time to get back into the swing of things.
I know, but one of the most peculiar,
yeah.
peculiar things is the fact that in this game, it feels like Yuhh has they're under control. I mean, they're making NTX really have to really try and see what they can put together with these small, short plays, but apparently Swafi's trying to get... Oh, wait a minute. He might just be cooking a little bit.
Again, it's just going to be kept away. Here's a shot from Sif. Will go up the back corner as it's cleared away again. Swafi up in the air. Cloudy, long touch as Fuge will wait back. Still no goals in game 2 as Fuge. Sif to follow as this goes sidewall. Swafi with space does get stopped by Cloudy as I bounce off the sidewall again. Av won't be able to reach this one, but you know who will? It will be Kazuka as Fuge dunked out. Swafi always backflipped on the spot here. But he'll get rid of this one as a flip reset for Swafi. Will leave it as Fuge goes just high. Av doesn't get a touch, but Cloudy will. And now he can shoot, he can score, and he can take the lead late. Yuhh Esports break the silence with a strike from Cloudy. Catching Sif up to eye. Yuhh Esports have game 2 now in their possession.
Well, who's ready for a best of 3? But we got 20 seconds to see if that's going to be the case, as it is now NTX's turn to try and find a goal to put them back into this game number 2. Yes, you heard me right, game number 2. As Sith 50ing. Oh, wait, we might have one here. Swafi's just got to get a demo. He does! Oh, Cloudy. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs as he destroys any possibility of them having a goal, and it will drop. And it is in favor of Yuhh Esports, who now make it 1-1 in the series.
Said it is now a best of 3 in our grand finals. So, with both these teams again coming off of such a long break, really does feel like a real reset for both sides here. So, and right now, my goodness, it is a strong showing here from Yuhh Esports. They didn't really look amazing, but neither of these teams really looked like they were there. It feels like both teams still kind of trying to adapt, trying to get into it, Alex. I think with time, we're going to see these teams kind of go back to what we know they can do.
And you guys will see something, one of the greatest things ever. It's Swafi, but he's got the tornado buff. Game number 3 underway.
Well, Swafi's not hiding who it is that had the tornado issue earlier tonight, but yeah, he's making sure that... Well, we've seen a lot of name changes so far, Swafi trying to make things happen, but what a start! Forcing out the defense in Yuhh Esports. I mean, this is a continuation of what we saw in Game 2, and I love what he does here, because Sif and Fuge don't have a lot to work with, but he makes them play, he makes them just go for the block, and he sets things up perfectly for an early goal.
That's one way, yet again, to set the tone, but we might have another one off the rip. Clearing it away. And it is now dropping. It feels as if, you know, that tornado buff that we were talking about might be a debuff, unless he can really make something happen here.
Surprised with how quiet Swafi has been so far. He's really been playing much more of a passive defensive role, and that's not to say that he can't play it. We've seen him do that all tonight. He has really been more defensive than aggressive, but when Sif and Fuge have not really been able to do enough on offense, if you're Swafi, you gotta take initiative. And you know what? As soon as I call him, he makes it happen, finding Fuge and finding NTX Esports Enero's first goal of the series.
Okay, maybe he does have a tornado buff, but we still have a lot more to play with still 4 minutes to go. Fuge and Swafi connecting on their first goal this game.
Be there. I mean, we've seen Swafi set up his teammates for success as Fuge. Cleared back by Kazuka as Cloudy. Off the back corner, Swafi with room and all by himself. Swafi can make things happen, but he's been lifted into the air. Sif jumping in as Fuge unable to find the net as Cloudy will take this one away, and it's a bad touch. Straight to Av, straight to Cloudy, straight to the net, but straight to the save from Sif. And NTX Esports Enero will go upfield again, and unlike the winners finals where it was really a game of offense and defense, it is now a game of transitions for both these teams. where you're able to go from one end of the field to the other, go from defense to offense. That's really what's allowing these teams to play so differently in our grand finals.
Yeah, and Swuffy now dropping it down to Sith. Sith shooting Cloudy, not letting him in. But we are following this rebound by Swuffy. Cloudy hitting it over to the side where Sith is at. Sith whiffs it, but he gets a bump on one. Av and Cloudy, awkward positioning. Fuge now up with boost and not much time to work with. Swuffy trying to fake, but or maybe it's just been a whiff. Trying not to hit Sith there. Dropping down. Kazu hitting it out. Fuge tries the shot, but it hits the corner instead.
Yeah, and I like this from NTX, starting to really show us the NTX team we saw in the winners finals, a team of solo play after solo play, just playing knowing that time is there, knowing they've got the chances, but this desperate defense from Yuhh Esports continues to stand as another long clear, trying to force this NTX Esports Enero team back. Av, Swuffy, Cloudy off the corner. It is Sith with room, but he's been booted as it will be Kazu. Cloudy again. Yuhh Esports haven't had that much on offense. Just trying to find something, and it really does feel like it's just a matter of time before something breaks as Cloudy doesn't get much on this one, but NTX will not be there fast enough as Swuffy's chance goes off the back wall. Av will keep it out, and with 2 minutes to go, it is another slow-moving game. Nobody wants to be the one to mistake. Nobody wants to be the one to be the hero.
Yeah, with maybe not be the hero. They want to be the hero, but Cloudy looking like he could be flying through the air. Sith trying to get a shot off. Oh no, Kazu, we might just drop. Sith with the goal.
I don't know what to say there, but that's a huge mistake from Kazu Kotoki. And Sith, I mean, it must be Christmas already, because that's a gift wrapped with a bow on top of it. I mean, simply put, NTX Esports Enero didn't deserve that goal downfield, but yet they take advantage of that mistake, and now they've got the lead, and their first lead of the night, well, not of the night, of the grand finals. As Yuhh Esports have not really been able to pick up from what we saw last game. They've got to get goals, they've got to get more offense. Just feels like they haven't been able to really increase that pressure, increase the offense we've seen from them. And with time ticking away, a goal down, not only do they need to work fast, they really need to work in a way where we can see what Yuhh Esports can really do. Because right now, it just doesn't feel like it's the Yuhh Esports we've seen before.
As a shot by Cloudy rattles in to Sith, he is making sure that they are not finding an equalizer. As Swuffy hitting it past every single person, it felt like, but now is dropping down to Sith. Av gets demoed, but Kazu keeps it in the half. Swuffy hitting it up to Sith. Sith trying to drop it down to Swuffy. Swuffy in the middle. Fuge can't finish it as Av decides to just go all in with the 50.
As Cloudy jumping, but it's Swuffy to keep it away. And there's not a lot of boost left here for Yuhh Esports. And they're not going to get back in time as Swuffy will take a 2-goal lead, as it was just not a great touch there from Kazu Kotoki. Now 17 seconds to go. NTX Esports Enero just need to hold on to take match point for the tournament.
15 seconds remaining in game number 3. And it feels like this NTX team has come alive. 5 seconds remaining in game number 3 as Sith makes it 4. 2 seconds left. But it does not matter. You want to pile it in. You want to pile it on. And there is number 4. 2 for Sith out of his 4 shots. And in the end, he hits 2 out of 4, which is 50%.
Well, 50% there from Sith, but more importantly, a 100% rebound from NTX Esports Enero. They looked sluggish, they looked kind of out of it in Game 2, but in Game 3, they're getting back into it. And, you know, after having so much time waiting and for Swuffy to rejoin, they've now come back into it, and they just needed a game to warm up. Now they're on match point in the grand finals, one away from winning 3v3 Meltdown number 4. And while Yuhh Esports have proven themselves well, they just have not been able to really increase that offense, increase the pressure, increase their ability. We need to see more from them.
Yeah, and now you got me thinking, because we're going between game to game. Will we see another person change up their name? Ooh, okay, it just rhymed. Hey, let's go. But I just think cars and all that, they do benefit, especially in a mental capacity. I mean, you'll see players change their names almost every other weekend. And it's nothing to do with like, oh, well, I'm wanting to buy this now. It's more of a, I feel comfortable, I am superstitious. That's why we also have cars that apparently go faster than other cars by just changing a decal. I mean, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. As we are underway, 15 seconds played. Swuffy trying to shoot. Fooge is on the back, but no dice from either team.
And you're not wrong, there's a little bit of superstition here, but I hear a little bit of superstition for you. Again, I'll remind it again, no team from the lower bracket has ever won our grand finals, and Yuhh Esports trying to make history, although to do that, they're going to have to do a lot better than what we saw in game number 3, as right now the offense is for NTX Esports Enero, as Fooge, stopped by Av, Sif, will pinch this one away as Cloudy jumps up for this one. Little touch towards goal, so Wuffy gets back just in time, and here goes Sif, couldn't get the touch on this. NTX Esports will stay with it, but Yuhh Esports clearing once more, getting that ball away as NTX Esports Enero staying with the ball, and you really do feel like they have every reason to win right now. They've been the better looking team so far tonight, but they're only one game away, and again, they've had their moments where they haven't looked amazing, but it really does. I think it's going to be more so a question of, can Yuhh Esports pick it up, rather than does NTX drop it off?
Yeah, still sitting at 0-0 with 3:30 left. And this is the, it's been a while since we've seen a quality goal from Yuhh Esports. I mean, they looked kind of slow and sluggish, like you said, in game number 3, and now they're on match point with no return. They can't be like, oh yeah, we can let this one go. There is no more letting it go. There is just do. Continue on.
Do or die for Yuhh Esports as Fooge trying to leave things in front. Cloudy, sidewall. Will be a great play for Swuffy now, who's waiting midfield, but Yuhh Esports have recognized that NTX Esports Enero, if there's one place this team loves the ball, it is right in the midfield, right when they can go up to offense, as Sif trying to get things started. That's a chance for Swuffy, as in the middle of the play was Kazukatoki, but it will be cleared out again as Fooge, sidewall, cleared across as Swuffy will wait on the end of it as Sif, sidewall, has some room to work with as he'll go back wall, double tap! Sif drops it in, and NTX Esports Enero, they break the deadlock.
Right 5 seconds before half in this game number 4. Sif with a golazo, making it 1-0.
Sif, big goals as well for NTX Esports Enero. Now they've got a goal, they've kind of got that slowness off their back. They can go for more as Swuffy, stopped by Kazukatoki as an overcommit. Now we'll leave chances for Yuhh Esports to the net. Av trying to drop this one in, but Swuffy is there in time as he's looking for yet another top-tier performance here as Fooge beat by Cloudy. Swuffy waiting back will find the clear, and waiting back for the other side of the field is Kazukatoki, but demoed out of the way. Sif doesn't have boost, has to take this one slow. Demoed out by Av is left in the midfield. Swuffy, back wall. Cloudy keeps it away.
Yeah, and this NTX team has come alive. They have felt every single moment of this game as Sith trying to put another one on target from Swuffy's shot. As they're trying to now demo Swuffy. Oh, it's open! What happened there? Av tying it up at 1 apiece. Nobody was in net. It was just a little dink shot into the goal.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It looked like there's a bit of miscommunication as NTX. We're all kind of stepping on each other at one moment there, and well, that's not going to make things any easier for yourself if you're stepping on your teammates' toes. And well, the tie game, and at this point, it is again reminder for NTX, 1 win away from winning the grand finals, but Yuhh Esports continuously trying to push them back as Kazukatoki double commit for NTX, but they'll clear this one away. So Wuffy left for Fooge off the corner. It is a very odd place in front as in comes the jump, but it will be blocked away as Fooge again. It will be Kazukatoki as a minute to go here, and well, it's anybody's game to win. Sif bumped out of the way as Yuhh Esports holding on the offense desperately, but they won't keep it forever as Fooge racing down and a force out of Kazukatoki. Now it's Sif, so Wuffy's waiting. He can go here, but he'll wait instead And the clear will be gone, and it will be out for Yuhh Esports back into the offensive half.
Fuge taking it on the ceiling. He got, oh! I was ready to call it there, but instead it's a pinch back as Kazu beating one. He might have a shot, but Fuge able to keep it still in the middle. It's an open net, saved again and again and again with Cloudy with a shot. And we are back the other way into the blue half. Under 20 seconds remaining. Av, maybe some magic here. He's got a flip. He's got a bump. 2-1. And just like that, Yuhh takes the lead in game number 4.
Away from game 5. One away from maybe making history. It could be here. It could be now. But Yuhh Esports need to hold the lead. 12 seconds to go. Swaffy, not that she's looking for is Av. Will waste out even more time. Fuge keeps things up in the air, but it is first challenged by Kazu Katoki. Sif, sidewall. No second touch. Swaffy actually had to change his mind around on that play. He's kept this one airborne, but it will bounce straight down. Who will be next to it? It is Kazu Katoki, and he's got space. A fake, leaving this one. Game 5 to end the night.
You know, we haven't had many game 5s, but here we are. Look at that. We are in game 5. Wow. What a way to end the night. I mean, a beautiful beginning, a mediocre middle, but now here we are. We're in the grand final, and it's best of 5, and we are going to game number 5.
As you said as well, it's game 5, and my goodness, what a performance from Yuhh Esports, able to clamber their way back. It has not looked pretty, that's for sure, but hey, they've been able to get their wins when they need them here, and if you're able to get wins, that's at least something going in your way. But we go to game 5. Reminder, Yuhh Esports, my goodness, they are in a great position as well. And what I really want to say as well is that we've never seen a team win from the lower bracket in Serenyx League double elimination history. Could Yuhh Esports be the first? They've already done a lot of great things in our league, but we'll have to just see here in the grand finals if Yuhh Esports can make history in our tournaments. We have had so many double elimination tournaments, and yet no one's won from the lower bracket. It feels like Yuhh Esports have a real chance here.
Yes, and we got 5 minutes to find out. As Kazu immediately taking it up. He might get an early double, but instead it will be pinched to the blue half. As Cloudy able to clear it in. Fuge intercepting one. He's got 0 boost to work with now. As Av clearing it away. Nobody's in the back half. They got to travel back quick. Av hitting it towards the middle. Gets a bump on one, but Swaffy, that's as far as they'll go. Oh, but instead Swaffy will score from one side to the other. He gets a save, gets a shot, gets a goal. He does it by himself to open the scoring 1-0.
Yeah, you can never really keep Swaffy out of the way. He has been probably he's probably been the scariest player on this NTX team tonight. He has had some great performances, had some great showings, and well, he is definitely not done as Esports now need an answer in game 5 as Cloudy. Swaffy jumping in. Sif now will hit this one down the field as up goes Swaffy looking for the back wall, but Av's waiting. Fuge trying to take a quick one here, and he's found it too. That's a smart play from Fuge. Nobody was ready for it, and it just falls in his favor.
That's one way to get yourself back into momentum with a quick 2 goals in the first minute, and Swaffy contributing to both of them. That is what he needs to do. There's the buff that he's been waiting for. 2-0 with only a minute played. Wow, could this become something of a crazy game in favor of NTX, as now it is going back to the blue half, I apologize, as Av having to push it to the other corner, but Sith pinching it or hitting it over down into the favor of Kazu. Fuge getting bumped. Cloudy trying to shoot. There's a shot now. Av shooting. Oh, it was awkward, but in the end, Av slams it in to make it 2-1.
And you can't keep this team out forever here. There's still time left for Yuhh Esports to come back. A lot of time left for Yuhh Esports to come back. 3.5 minutes for 1 goal. That's very doable, and I'm sure if there's one thing that's going to know that, it will be NTX, and that's why they're looking for more. As a great recovery off the corner will be led in front. Sif gets by both as the first one back will be Esports in Kazukotoki. Fuge. Av. Light touch to keep things airborne. Will go for the flip reset. Sif doesn't get there in time, and now it's room. Kazukotoki. Cloudy trying to keep the offense going. Now it's Kazu again. Stopped by Fuge. Sawafi jumping in to force out Cloudy. And Yuhh Esports sent back at least initially, but Av with room, a ceiling shot to the back wall, second touch, trying to pinch this one in front, trying to force the play to NTX, but they just don't give it up. Their defense has held on for too long, and Yuhh Esports might need to start resorting to more bumps and demos.
Bumps, demos, anything you can to get past this NTX team, because right now they are looking as solid as a rock, with Cloudy hitting it up to Kazu. Kazu, can he finish? Just wide. We have reached the halfway point, and now we are down to the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds, with still NTX having control of this game.
But it's a very loose control, that's the thing. One chance, and it may be swiped away from them here by Esports. NTX teetering on a win and on a loss in this grand finals, and Kazukotoki just does not stop. It's a huge chance, and Yuhh Esports, from 2 goals down, have tied this game up.
Well then, 2 minutes, 2-2. Oh boy, settle in. This is going to be good. The score still in, I don't know, the momentum is kind of switched now. It feels like it is all in favor now of Yuhh. Yuhh still trying to make history here in Serenyx League, tournament history, as Fuge pinching it down. Sith trying to shoot. Av, he's going for the bump or demo. Shots! Av! 3-2! You could be witnessing greatness right here, right now.
And I love this from Av, so selfless, just to go for the bump instead. He's got support, he's got players behind him, and he knows that this is not a time to be here. This is just a time to get the job done. 3 goals unanswered here from Yuhh Esports, and NTX Esports Enero facing a real deficit. They swept this team earlier tonight, but in the grand finals, it could be Yuhh Esports to take it. Sif, Sawafi, trying to force this one, but it is still Yuhh Esports possession. Cloudy to take it away, and with less than 90 seconds to go, Yuhh Esports holding on to this 1-goal lead desperately.
They were originally down 0-2 in this game, and now they are here, 3-2 winning with a minute remaining over the team that we thought would take it all. AV, possibly the nail in the coffin, makes it 4-2. That is, I believe, give me 1 second. Yes, it is. That is his hat trick for game number 5.
Trying to lead, and well, you cannot deny he has been a leader tonight, but an answer is soon to follow. Sif in front of the nets receives the pass from Fuge. Now at 54 seconds. This game is not over. The grand finals is not over, and we haven't determined a winner just yet.
Wow, dude, every time we do something like this, it has always got me on the edge of my seat. Under a minute remaining, Sith trying to make some magic happen. Drop down to Av. Av trying to find his 4th goal. He might have it. Cloudy off the bar. Oh no. Sawabi with 0 boost. Sith trying to bring up the cleanup. As Sawafi pinching it with, I think that was Av. Hitting it down as Kazu intercepting. 30 seconds remaining. Sith maybe punching his way through to try that 4th goal. Now on to the other side. Sith as Kazu just barely did. Oh boy, I can't speak tonight, and there it is. 10 seconds remaining. Sith taking over. They have little time to go. Fuge, it's dropped into the middle. 3 seconds left. 1. There it is. Your winner is Yuhh Esports. For the first time in Serenyx tournament history, we have a loser final winner. Oh.
Gets finally comes up on top. We have had countless tournaments where the lower finals team has gone to Game 5. I think we've had 3 or 4 of them in our history where we've gone to Game 5 from the lower bracket, and yet no lower bracket team has won. That changes tonight. Yuhh Esports have made history with a 3-2 victory in the grand finals. What a performance from them, taking down the team that beat them earlier tonight, no less, here in NTX Esports Enero. Yuhh Esports going through the lower bracket to take their win. I can't imagine how good they're feeling right now, because they're a team that plays in our league. They're a team that's been, playing in our league, has been at the top of our league, but they know these weekly tournaments are so tough, are so prestigious. Still, to get that win, there's no better feeling than it.
I just... Dude, tonight has been a roller coaster, and I was here for most of it. Let's just say that. I was here for most of it. I was casting it. What do you think about that? But
It was absolutely a roller coaster.
wow. I think I am... Oof. I don't know how I'm going to sleep. I'll figure it out.
Alex will find a way. I think he's got too much energy in his veins there, and I mean, while that energy is going, again, shoutouts to the amazing people that make things happen, to the teams that all showed up today, to our sponsors, and again, Futureform Design Labs. If you want to get your great graphical needs met, you will want to contact Futureform Design Labs. So, shoutouts to them. If you want to play in our upcoming tournaments, again, first 3 Saturdays of every month, we have our 1s Gauntlet, our 2 Splits, and then our 3v3 Meltdown. Our next one will be 2 weeks from now on May 3rd. So if you want to join us, ! Discord and chat to join our server and get notified of when the next events happen. But again, what a night it is. Thank you so much for joining us, Alex. Again, shout outs to our sponsor, to our producer in GAYTANA, and all the teams that showed up tonight. And thank you to all of you who've been watching us tonight on the VV3 Meltdown number 4. I'm SweatyFC. Have a great night. Take care and have an amazing rest of your weekend. We'll see you all in 2 weeks when the Serenyx League monthly tournaments run comes back again for another iteration.